But unfortunately, the goal of this language, if it's to reduce or lower healthcare or prescription drug costs, I think the bill gravely misses the mark here. And again, I'll reiterate, having known firsthand, sitting on a board that covers the lives of over 100,000 employees and retirees, it gives you the ability to negotiate with insurance carriers and PBMs. And sometimes if a PBM is costing too much or they're not providing good care, adequate care, transparent care, or information to the employer or to the employees, then you get to pick. Thank God we have a free market. In fact, a Bank of America study showed recently that 36% of employers have done just that, by using costs, they've picked a different PBM. But what we're doing here today is essentially, we're complaining about the price of steaks at a restaurant, and in order to fix it, we're going to go after the food broker and impose regulations on the food broker. This will not help reduce the costs of healthcare. I'd like to enter into the record, Madam Chair, a report from the OIG that was released earlier this year.
Without objection.
Thank you. What this report says is that between the years of 2015 and 2020, the Department of Labor Office Workers' Compensation Program wasted over $321 million in taxpayer money. And how did they do that? Because they failed to use a PBM to control or contain the costs of their pharmaceuticals. Even worse, the report said that they did not effectively monitor their own pharmaceutical policy changes, resulting in inappropriate prescriptions and potentially lethal drugs, including 1,300 prescriptions for fast-acting fentanyl. While we hear about that transparency is the answer, there's nothing more transparent than the employer or the buyer knowing the full costs of the plan. And so, again, I will be opposing this amendment. I think that the more that we do to eliminate the ability of the negotiating arm within healthcare on pharmaceuticals, it will only benefit big pharma. It will only benefit pharmaceutical companies who wish to make even more profits than they do.
Social Security's fiscal crisis is beginning to worry more and more lawmakers. Policymakers must take action soon. New data has been released that shows how Social Security shortfall will affect monthly benefits. But friends, there are several groups of lawmakers that are pushing their own plans to be passed this fall. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video, especially if you claim Social Security or SSI. Also, tomorrow and every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter these giveaway, friends. All you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch and then comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. This week marks the 88th birthday of Social Security. Despite being America's largest government program, Social Security's actuaries and the Congressional Budget Office projects that the program will run increasing deficits in the next 10 years. It's expected that the program's trust funds will fall short from $2.8 trillion today to zero in 2033. Absent congressional action, at that point, every Social Security recipient would see their benefit cut immediately by about 1/4, with further cuts in subsequent years. This change would be devastating for tens of millions of Americans. For example, about 13 million of the 23 million elderly Americans in the bottom 40% of the income distribution draw more than 90% of their income from Social Security. Senators Bill Cassidy and Angus King have tried to urge senators in both parties to join them in crafting a reform package with an eye to equity and efficiency. Just 40 years ago, Social Security was facing a similar funding challenge after several consecutive years of annual deficits and a trust fund that was approaching zero. A bipartisan commission headed by Alan Greenspan, who was chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors in the Ford administration, recommended changes to Social Security. This then catalyzed an effort by Congress and then President Reagan to make changes that put the program on a solid financial footing for decades. No significant changes have been made to Social Security in the 40 years since. The program now pays benefits to 1 in 5 Americans, with the average monthly benefit equal to $1,702 in June 2023. So much has changed in America's economic landscape since 1983. Income and wealth inequality have increased significantly, despite the fact that delaying the start of your Social Security benefits until age 70 means a 32% increase in the amount you would receive. Only 10% of non-retired Americans between the ages of 60 and 65 plan to wait for the larger amount. Individuals who wait until after they reach their full retirement age, which is currently 67 years old, born in or after 1960, receive an 8% increase in their monthly benefit payments for every year they delay claiming Social Security. Over the course of a 20 years or longer retirement, the difference equals a significant amount of retirement income. A recent study found that 40% of respondents who were still working said they plan to take their Social Security benefits between the ages of 62 and 65 years old, leaving them short of qualifying for their maximum retirement benefits, even though they are aware that waiting longer would earn them higher payments. Lawmakers have also proposed the Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act, which was introduced by Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. The Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act would reform the taxes that Americans pay to finance these two important programs. This is so that the richest 2% of Americans pay these taxes on most of their income, the way that middle-class taxpayers already do. The Social Security tax only applies to earnings up to a capped amount, and high-income individuals can have their earnings far exceeding this threshold. Earnings above this threshold are subject only to taxes meant to finance Medicare, which are smaller than the Social Security tax. High-income Americans are likely to receive much more of their income from investments, which is not subject to Social Security taxes at all, and is only subject to much smaller taxes meant to finance Medicare. The Medicare and Social Security Fair Share Act would address this and would increase taxes for just 2% of Americans to improve the finances of these programs. And according to the experts, this plan would help Social Security benefits remain the right amount for all beneficiaries. Well, my beautiful and most amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this evening. My dearest friends, thank you so much for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you, I will be announcing winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter the giveaway, friends, by clicking and liking several of my videos, and comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you watch, my friends, the more chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed day.